Welcome everyone to BH Global, Beit Halochem news desk from our home, Beit Halochem. We're coming to you today from the beautiful outdoor garden here at Beit Halochem Tel Aviv, our first and largest Beit Halochem.
It's great to be here again for the second episode of BH Global, Beit Halochem news desk from our home. Joining me today is Omri Naftali. Welcome, Omri. We're very happy that you're joining our team.
Thank you, Dana. It's a pleasure to be here. I joined the Zahal Disabled Veterans Fund team just 2 months ago, and I'm very excited to be here today and tell the story of the very, very special place. It's a wonderful day to connect, to share stories, and to highlight the incredible community that makes this place so unique. Stay with us for the latest updates, events, and inspiring moments from our members. Here with me today is Dana Bachal. Besides for volunteering at Beit Halochem, she has her own radio show and is also a volunteer at Magen David Adom. Dana is someone who is constantly giving and dedicating her time to helping others. So thank you, Dana, for everything that you're doing.
Thank you. It's my privilege and honor. Today's program focuses on welcoming and supporting newly injured veterans as they begin their journey of recovery. This includes the rehabilitation process at Sheba Medical Center, followed by an introduction and guided tour here at Beit Halochem Tel Aviv. The goal is to help them transition, connect with the community, and discover the wide range of support, activities, and opportunities available to them during their rehabilitation and beyond.
Since October 7th, the number of Zahal disabled veterans has significantly increased. We began with about 50,000, and today there are about 75,000. The number we had since the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948 has increased by half in the last nearly 3 years alone. Behind these numbers are individuals beginning a new chapter of rehabilitation and recovery. Here at Beit Halochem Tel Aviv, we are proud to be part of that journey.
We invite you to be part of this journey, a journey of healing, connection, and determination, as we stand together and support those taking their first steps toward a new beginning. Today we begin with Beit Halochem What's News. So what's news, Omri?
Here's what's new across Beit Halochem this month. As we've mentioned earlier, since October 7th, the number of disabled veterans in Israel has grown dramatically, from roughly about 50,000 to more than 75,000. At the same time, the average age has dropped from around 60 all the way down to just 30. This shift also brings a real challenge. Many of these young veterans live far from our 4 Beit Halochem centers in Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Haifa, and Beersheba, and soon also in Ashdod. For many of them, it's not easy to get there, sometimes not even occasionally. So the question we asked ourselves was simple: how do we reach them? How do we bring rehabilitation, community, and support closer to where they actually live? The answer is a new initiative called Mini Beit Halochem, local community-based centers that will provide physical and emotional rehabilitation, social connection, peer support, and help with reintegration into civilian life. We're planning 6 of these centers across Israel, starting with Eilat, which is already underway. A large employment fair is being held today in Beit Halochem Tel Aviv. They're actually doing construction behind us, with dozens of companies from across the Israeli economy participating. More than 550 disabled veterans registered for the event. It's important to note that similar employment fairs are being held at Beit Halochem centers all over across the country, with the goal of making employment opportunities accessible to disabled veterans and supporting them throughout the entire process. Because our motto is, there is no rehabilitation without employment. Since October 7th, Beit Halochem has also realized something important. The dramatic rise in numbers requires a much more tailored approach. Different groups have very different needs, and we need to respond accordingly. For example, the number of disabled religious veterans has grown from about 1,100 to more than 2,000. And beyond the physical and emotional injuries, many are also dealing with questions of faith, identity, family roles, and belonging. That's why we're launching a new program called Oz V'Gvura for the religious community. At the end of this month, Beit Halochem Jerusalem will begin a pilot specifically designed for the Orthodox community. It brings rehabilitation together with cultural and spiritual understanding, integrating faith, family, and community into the recovery process. And we hope this is just the beginning, before expanding it to all of our religious disabled veterans across Beit Halochem centers in Israel. And last but not least, we have 15 Friends Associations all around the world, and just recently we've added 2 more in Germany and Sweden. These Friends Associations all share one clear mission: to raise awareness and support for Beit Halochem and for Israel's disabled veterans. We're incredibly proud of them, and we work hand in hand with them every step of the way, because their success is our success. That's all from me, Dana.
Disabled veterans' journey of rehabilitation doesn't begin when they walk through the doors of Beit Halochem. It begins long before that, when they are wounded in the line of duty, when they arrive at the hospital to receive treatment and undergo surgery, when they are transferred to the various rehabilitation departments all over Israel. That's when Beit Halochem enters the picture. We tell them that we have their backs. We have with us a great example of one who chose life. We'd like to welcome Edan Kleiman, chairman of the Zahal Disabled Veterans Organization. While serving in the Givati Brigade, Edan was severely wounded during a close encounter with terrorists in Khan Yunis, when bullets penetrated his chest, leaving him wheelchair-bound for life. He chose not only to cope with his injury, he chose to lead. For the past 7 years, Edan has led the Zahal Disabled Veterans Organization with a deep sense of purpose, working tirelessly day and night on behalf of thousands of disabled veterans. Edan is a family man. He is married and a father for 2. He's an attorney at law who recently received an honorary doctorate degree from Reichman University. Mazal tov.
Thank you.
He lit a torch on Israel's Independence Day in 2022. He's a living proof that even after the most devastating injuries and hardships, it's possible not only to move forward, but to become a leader who changes lives.
What an opening.
Thank you for joining us, Edan. It's a great pleasure. Can you take us back to the first time you joined Beit Halochem, the first person you've met?
Oh, I'm old. It was 33 years ago. There was only 2 Beit Halochem in Israel, only in Kleiman in Tel Aviv, and I was born and raised in Jerusalem. For my rehabilitation journey, I started to drive 4 times a week to come here. I remember being in the hospital, in Tel Shomer Hospital for 3.5 months. And then a very nice gentleman named Shai Levy came to visit me and told me he's a paraplegic like me. And if I heard about Beit Halochem, I said, never. And he said, you have to come. And I came here with my parents. I was 19 and a half. And I came for the first time, and I was amazed to see all the sports action, all the people that are like me, you know, in a wheelchair, and amputees. And immediately I found myself between my brothers in arms. And it was very exciting to know that that I'm not going to be confined to my house. I want to remind you, there was no internet then. There was nothing, no knowledge that you can acquire independently if you're in the hospital. And you think your life is basically over. And then you come here and you see all the energy and the support. And it was an amazing experience. And since then, we're here.
Since October 7th, both the scale and the nature of injuries have changed dramatically. When did you first realize that the organization would need not only to respond, but to fundamentally transform itself?
Basically October 8th, because we understand that in the first 24 hours, when we saw the scale of dead, injury, murdered people, the civilians, we understood that Israel is not going to give up and there will be a harsh response. Many of our forces is going to go into Gaza, and we knew that Gaza is it's a very urban and very difficult place to fight. But basically nobody thought it's going to be 25,000 injuries. But already on October 8th, we deployed all our patrols, all of our Beit Halochem patrols in the hospitals. And we had a lot of communication with those patrols, and we got a lot of WhatsApp with the amounts of injuries. So we knew it's a different ballgame. I don't care how many injuries, every person is the whole world. So rehabilitation journey is a rehabilitation journey. Our formula to rehabilitate a person, a warrior, include the families and the sports and the culture and the mental health issue that we need to take care of. So if it's 100 people or 25,000 people, it's the same attitude towards the individual. So we understood immediately it's something different. And we had a saying, one of my employees always remind me that I was abroad in October 7th. And I called him and told him, listen, they're going to have everything that I didn't have.
Did you have to balance the immediate needs on the ground back then with more long-term infrastructure planning, such as Beit Halochem in Ashdod or the mini Beit Halochem
Absolutely,
happened?
absolutely. Until October 7, Beit Halochem Ashdod was supposed to be open in 2028. And it's going to be here open in August 2026. To take such a huge project and tell the constructions, everybody, listen, remember the timeline they gave you? No, it's not good enough. And make it a year and a half faster. It's explain you how we take care of the situation, how we understand the immediate needs. And we go and deploy a new mini Beit Halochems all over Israel. And yes, many changes, but a very important thing, because we knew that we need to put all our focus and energy on the young soldier, then 25,000 people are going to come here. We said for the immediate, we take some of our staff that should take care of the old veterans. Don't forget them. We need to take care also of them. You know, everybody looks at the young soldiers, but we had before October 7th, 60,000 old veterans, okay? And we have a responsibility to take care of them. So we're doing both.
During such a difficult period, how do you prevent rehabilitation from becoming just treatment and ensure that it remains a true process of returning to life?
We let them know that it's a journey for life, but it can be fun. And the first thing you let him know, you're not alone. And from then, you go forward. The injury does not define you. What will define you is what you're going to do with your injury from now on and forward. So what we are achieving here, it's let them understand that we're not going to give up, first of all. Second of all, we're going to teach them how to run the disability and not let the disability run them. And third of all, they're going to work, they're going to study, work as a family, and go back to the society as a positive and contribute citizens. They still have something to give to this country. When they understand that, the sky's the limit.
In your opinion, what is the greatest challenge Beit Halochem will have in the next year, and how do you think we can best achieve it or overcome it?
Obviously, it's the PTSD. Although we have a lot of more than 2,000 new really bad wounded physically, but we, you know, the basketball team, the tennis courts, we know how to do it. The PTSD, it's a challenge. People will come here, it's a severe PTSD, severe traumas that they saw in Gaza. It's a different PTSD from other wars, because some of the PTSD of the new PTSD, it's not about one incident that defined them. It's about being 300, 400, 500 days in a row in a combat situation. You cannot expect a person that was in a war zone for so many days to go back to the civilian life, stand in the line of the supermarket, stand in the traffic, take care of his kids like nothing happened. They're in a trauma. Now we need to calm it down. You need to let them understand that we need to control it again. It's going to be a challenging journey, and we're up to it.
If you could ask our Jewish communities around the world for one thing today, what is the most important thing?
Being our partners. I'm not ashamed to say it's a huge challenge. It's something that we cannot do alone. We need the Israeli government, we need the IDF, and we need our friends abroad. The wounded soldiers appreciate and have a lot of positive energy when they hear that people, our Jewish brothers and sisters from all over the world, are cheering them, appreciate them, love them, hug them, being with us in this journey, support the organization. It's something that's so important, and it's so important to the Israeli society, to the Israeli nation, the resilience that we will have. So the most important thing, be with us as a partners, as a real partners for this next journey of taking care of all our wounded heroes.
Edan, thank you for taking the time to being with us here. It's been a pleasure. We saw how it all starts, how important it is to know that someone has your back from the very beginning when your whole world has turned upside down. What happens next? Once the veterans are officially recognized as disabled, they are received by the Beit Halochem's Young Veterans Department. They arrive at Beit Halochem for the first time and they show them around. Let's see how it happens.
ליאור,
אהלן,
נעים מאוד.
נעים מאוד.
איזה כיף שבאת.
איזה כיף לבוא.
אז מה שאנחנו נעשה עכשיו, ליאור, אני בעצם אספר לך קצת על כל מה שיש לבית המדהים הזה להציע.
מדהים.
ואז אתה תספר לי מה שבא לך, מה שאתה מרגיש בנוח, ונעשה סיבוב, נראה את הבית, ובמידה ותחליט, אז אתה תירשם.
כן, תודה על זה שהצלחת להביא אותי לפה. תקופה מאוד קשה, ואני שמח להיות פה.
יש לנו פה פיזיותרפיה, הידרותרפיה, ריפוי ועיסוק. בתחום הנפש יש לנו פסיכיאטרים, פסיכולוגים, פסיכותרפיסטים. יש גם כל מיני קבוצות. יש נגיד קבוצה של ניהול כעסים, קבוצה של שינה טובה, קבוצה של ויסות.
אז טוב לדעת שיש לכם את זה.
יוגה, מתחילים ומתקדמים. יש לנו קרוספיט, מתחילים ומתקדמים. אימוני שחייה, טניס, מתחילים ומתקדמים. גם טניס שולחן, כדורסל עמידה, כדורסל כיסאות גלגלים, צורפות, קרמיקה, ציור, קליעה. יש לנו איגוף תאילנדי, יש לנו בדמינטון, קבוצת ריצה. יש לנו שיתוף פעולה עם הקיר טיפוס בחולון, גלישת גלים, חדר סנוקר, סדנאות בישול שאנחנו עושים, סדנת נגרות, סדנת ריתוך, חדר מוזיקה מטורף.
אני מאוד אוהב את המוזיקה, אני מוצא שם את השקט.
מעולה. אז יאללה, בוא נלך לעשות סיבוב, נראה קצת את המקום.
יאללה.
אז זה ה-WeWork. חבר'ה הרבה פעמים מגיעים ועושים יום כזה רצוף, לומדים, עובדים. אגף הספורט שלנו, זה המשרדים של אגף הספורט, וכל הספורט הפארה-אולימפי יושב אצלנו. אבי הוא מנהל הבית שלנו.
אהלן, אבי.
מה קורה? ברוך הבא.
ברוכים הנמצאים.
אחי יקר, תקשיב, כל דבר שצריך, אתה יודע. יש לך את אנסטסיה, אותי, כל מי שאתה רוצה, כל בית הלוחם פה בשבילך, אחי.
תודה.
מתים עליך.
נלך לראות את החדר כושר. יש לנו פה בעצם את כל המתקנים.
ברוכים הנמצאים.
כמובן שכל המתקנים פה הם נגישים לכיסאות גלגלים ולכל שאר הפציעות.
אהלן, נעים מאוד. בסדר גמור, בוקר אור.
פעם ראשונה בחדר כושר?
כן.
בא,
הגוף שלי
עושים לך
קצת
תוכנית
כואב,
אימונים, שואלים מה
וצעתי.
המגבלה, אתה בא, רושמים לך הכל.
כאן זה המחוז. אתה זוכר שסיפרתי לך על העורכי דין ומיצוי זכויות ומלגות, הלוואות? אז הם יושבים כאן, מה שאתה צריך זה פשוט לקבוע איתם. מוכן לבריכה?
יאללה.
יאללה. זו בעצם הבריכת הידרו שלנו, וזו הבריכה הגדולה שלנו, שכמו שאתה רואה, היא חתיכת בריכה. זו בריכה אולימפית,
וואו.
והיא מטורפת, וגם היא פתוחה מ-6 בבוקר עד 9:30 בערב. בנוסף, הטמפרטורה פה תמיד קבועה, חורף, קיץ, סתיו, אביב, כי גם הרבה פעמים בפציעות וזה, אז כאילו הטמפרטורה יכולה לשחק תפקיד מאוד מאוד חשוב.
גם לילדים?
בטח, יש פה מטורף. קודם כל, כל שבת יש פה מתנפחים לילדים, מטורף. עכשיו, זה לא רק לילדים, אתה שחבר בית יכול להביא איתך עוד 5 אורחים. מלא מלא דברים, וגם בחינם לגמרי. זו המדשאה שלנו, ששישי שבת, אמרתי לך, יש פה מתנפחים לילדים, ומלא מלא כיף ודברים, וגם אנחנו בצעירים, אנחנו עושים אחת לחודש אמבטיות קרח, ומביאים גם שייקים ובירות,
איזה מרחב יש פה.
מלא מלא כיף. כאן זה המגרשי טניס שלנו, זה האולם החדש, זו הכניסה האחורית שלו. עשינו פה שיפוץ מטורף, מטורף מטורף.
וואו.
בבקשה.
וואו.
זה חתיכת אולם.
וואו, זה ממש אולם כדורסל מקצועי.
ועכשיו הדובדבן שבקצפת, אנחנו יורדים לחדר מוזיקה, אבל אתה חייב לי איזה...
לתופף אני, יאללה.
יאללה.
עליי.
טוב, הגענו לחדר מוזיקה. טאדאם.
וואו. מה זה, ממש חדר מוזיקה ואולפן הקלטות.
לגמרי.
וואו. וואו. תודה על הסיור, תודה על החוויה. היה לי ממש נעים. גם הזדמנות טובה לצאת מהבית.
תודה לך שבאת, ששיתפת.
תודה רבה.
ויאללה, אני צריכה לראות אותך עכשיו.
אני אשתדל להגיע. מלא מלא תודה.
And now, we'd like to introduce Yuval Fatiev, a new member at Beit Halochem and an inspiring athlete. Welcome, Yuval.
Thank you.
Despite being newly injured, Yuval has already achieved an incredible milestone, winning a bronze medal in swimming. His determination, resilience, and fighting spirit are a powerful reminder of what rehabilitation through sport can achieve.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for letting me.
What have you been doing before October 7th?
Back in October 7th, the day I was injured, I was in mandatory service. So I was 20 years old. It was 7th of October, it was caught us by surprise. It was 6:30 in the morning, suddenly huge explosion. We know it's Shabbat, so there is no training. This kind of explosion is not normal, it's not usual, so we quickly understood that something is going on, and then the siren started. And Outlook, she called us and told us there is a few terrorists on the way to our location from Gaza. And we all got so excited because that's why you get drafted for, the moment you get to defend the country, defend the borders. And so everybody got all the gear we needed, and we were sure it's gonna be around 2, maybe 3 terrorists on the border, not something too dramatic. Then we got there and we saw the huge, the border fence just totally crushed, tens of terrorists inside Israel already just walking there. And we managed to ran over 2 of them, and then they started shooting RPG rockets on our vehicle until it shut down. So imagine you sitting in a car, you're surrounded by terrorists, and they start to climb on top of the car, trying to open the door from the top. And we in a situation when there is no contact at all, there is no signal. Around 8:30, one of them shoot another rocket at the door. And from that, I got injured from the blasts. And I looked at my leg, and it was broken immediately, and I got hit with the adrenaline rush. 15 minutes later, there is no adrenaline, the pain starting getting worse. And my friends look at my leg and they see I'm bleeding pretty badly from the leg. If you take it from my parents' perspective, so only at 6:30, I told my dad that something is going on, and that's it. I had no signal. In the WhatsApp, it's one
V.
Yeah, so it means they didn't get the message. Since then, I had no signal at all. And my dad is always awake at those times, and he's already watching in Telegram, at that day, the horrifics, and he knows where I'm serving and that I'm right next to the border, and he sees all the bodies of the IDF soldiers and tanks and the vehicles on fire right on the border, and he sees the terrorists fighting in where I'm serving. He was sure I was dead that day. 4 hours of me just sitting there trying to be the best wounded I can to not interrupt my friends with what they are doing. And so you're just getting in those thoughts of what's going to happen if the door is getting opened right now. If I'm gonna die, it's gonna hurt. I don't know what's gonna happen after I die. If they want to take us hostages, do I get taken as a hostages, or do I just shoot myself at that place because you don't want to get taken as a hostage? I'm starting to imagine how my funeral is gonna be. Deep down, we start to think maybe it's the end. And I remember I had one voice here telling me that I need to send goodbye messages and looking back at my life, and if I'm happy with it, do I feel like I did enough, or just trying to summarize my life at the age of 20? That's crazy. As soon as you look death in the eyes, you can't take, you don't care about anything besides staying alive. I didn't care if I'm gonna lose a leg, a hand, or whatever, just staying alive.
I can't imagine what you went through, what your parents went through. And then you took up swimming.
I used to run before, not something crazy, or just loving to run. And my injury was in the leg, of course, and I couldn't run. So I came here and I just, putting in swing pants and doing swing 50 meters, completely dying. And I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm seeing people right next to me, one is missing an arm, one missing a leg, and he's doing this for kilometers in a row. And I'm just looking shocked and just finding myself in a position where I'm supposed to be in my 20s, in the best shape of my life, asking for advice from a 50, 60, 70 years old that missing a leg, about giving me tips, how can I be like you? And that moment also gave me perspective of how much you can actually do and push your limits, and that there is really no excuses in the world. Especially when you come here, you realize how small your problems here, and how you can do anything if you put your mind to it.
And from there you made it to the Invictus Games.
And so just went for the swimming and also started like going each time and seeing better results. And as we got closer, my situation and my shape was much better to the race day. Yeah, at the end we made it to the Invictus, and I was like, I'm just gonna leave everything I have at that pool if I'm somehow gonna get the podium, like the top 3 of each. That will be great, but I had no expectation because I started swimming less than 2 years ago. That's not something normal. And somehow managed to finish 3rd place there. It was
Bronze medal.
Yeah, it was a great shock because I remember the last 25 meters. I just like saw completely black because I really left it all, and I was like, it's either I'm like drowning at that point, or I'm gonna finish and touch the world's 3rd place. So I did find the swimming because I couldn't run, and then I came back to running and decided to put also bike into that, like to triathlon. And I was like seeing one post about the Ironman, one of the maybe if not the hardest challenge you can do in triathlon. And I was like, I'm gonna do it one day. So since then I did the half one, the half Ironman last year, and next month I'm going to France to complete the full one. And that's gonna be like my achievement of like winning the rehabilitation and overcoming the injury. And doing that after the injury, I also do it like I can inspire others because I was not serving in like an elite unit of crazy in shape people. I was not in elite sports as a child or something unusual. I'm just a regular guy that I did the right picks of just going the hard way, going to challenge myself every day and push my limits, and that's gonna be the results. Full Ironman next month in.
Good luck in France.
You're gonna crush it.
Yeah, you traveled to Australia and you met the community there, right? So how did you feel meeting people on the other side of the world who support you?
Seeing the support and how much they do for us and supporting us, it was like leaving you without words. Like it was so surprisingly good. Like you could never imagine it before.
Sometimes they can see how their support helps, but not always. They don't always see the impact that they have on you and others like you. What would you want them to understand about the role that Beit Halochem plays for you?
I really don't know where I would have been if not like Beit Halochem, and because Beit Halochem gave me the opportunity to take my rehab and my life towards sports. I wouldn't be able to like even think about it if not Beit Halochem, because I don't know where I would have been if not coming here to the sports, and because sports was my therapy at the end of the day. I could have go and drink as much alcohol as I can, or smoke as much weed as I can, but each one, and I knew
copes
that
differently.
Yeah, exactly, and I didn't want to go to that way because that's not the right thing to do. At the end of the day, I want to overcome the injury, and Beit Halochem gave me the opportunity to do it. All I need to do was to come here and take it with 2 hands.
Thank you very much, Yuval Fatiev.
You're an inspiration, really. And be careful, don't get into too good of a shape. Because I feel like the sky is not the limit for you. You can go much further than that.
Yeah, after doing skydiving, that's you see the height of the sky. You don't want to go there. That's so scary.
But continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah. You're amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that's BH Global, from our home to yours. Thank you for joining us. In the next broadcast, we'll take a deeper look at the key topics shaping rehabilitation today. We'll also bring our mobile BH Global News Desk to every Beit Halochem center across Israel, sharing powerful stories from the people and communities at the heart of recovery. Until then, stay connected. Thank you, Omri.
Thank you, Dana.